guys, LongHaul Larry, and that is not Big Blue. That is 797. Has a few issues. Here's my list. Let's see, APU. I'm supposed to do an oil change. Check the APU. Alternator possibly bad. Replace belts. Transmission. It has a coolant leak by the transmission. The differential has an oil leak too. I can't fix that right now. I'm not going to have time. He wants me to install a right-way scale into the truck. CB wiring, driver says no power to the CB. And CD player, he wants me to replace that. Also, there is a piece missing over here. There's like a plastic shroud that's missing on here, and this cover has come loose. Somebody tried to pop rivet it, but they didn't put no backer washer on there, so that'll need to be fixed too. So I'm going to take this off first. The reason why is because that's going to give me room to work over here on the APU, and I'll be able to get underneath here a lot better. So I got the bolts out of it. Just pull that off. Just like a so. And drop the washer. Put that down in there. Not sure how this all comes apart. Ooh, that's loose. That's gonna need to be fixed. Well guys, we got the side panels all ripped off. I'll fix that tomorrow. We need a couple screws for the thing there to mount up. I've taken a look at the APU. Looks like the alternator's bad. And also the AC clutch is not engaging. He thought it was a belt, but it's not a belt. The belt is working fine. It's inside the clutch that it's not engaging. I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna check the wire lead to it. Make sure that it's getting a full 12 volts to the electronic clutch. But I'll check that tomorrow, and I think I might even call Thermo King Bob, one of my subscribers. Might even give him a jingle. He lives up north of here, and he's worked on Thermo Kings all his life and knows quite a bit about them. So I might even call him about that tomorrow. I've consulted with him a few times on Thermo King stuff. It's been a very good help. It's gotten me actual books and stuff on different things. What else is going on? Oh, a coolant leak. I found a coolant leak. So it was by the transmission. I crawled all up underneath there and stuff. And it's a hose, right? I don't know if you can see it in there or not. It's a hose that goes to the transmission cooler. And it's leaking right there at the fitting. I'm going to tell him to get some more hoses tomorrow, and I'll replace that hose. That thing's going to be a bugger to get to. It's going to be nasty. And put a nice hose clamp on there, get rid of that little clip on there, put a nice hose clamp on there. And that's what I've got done so far. So I'm going to head back to the truck. Gonna make me a little dinner and get some sleep. I'll catch you guys later. Alright guys, day number 2. Well, it's actually the same day. I went back to the truck about 3 o'clock in the morning, and it is it's like 8:30 in the morning, something like that. So I'm gonna change all the filters on here. I'm gonna get up underneath there and see if I can fix that leak on that cooler. Boss is gonna start running around getting me stuff. See if he can give me some screws. And take care of the coolant leak, and then I'm going to jump in the cab and tear the dash apart. There's a couple things in there and stuff I can do. So just knocking out a few things. Well guys, we got our leak fixed here with this hose that goes up to the transmission cooler. We got that taken care of. this differential back here is leaking too. The boss has talked to me about this before. And basically that pumpkin needs to be pulled off, surface clean, and a good RTV on her. But I haven't gotten to that. And I can't get to it. The driver is going to be here in like 3 hours. So I don't have the time for it right now. Plus I don't have an engine hoist. You could use an engine hoist, or you could use a floor jack with some blocking and stuff. So what I actually did is I just cleaned up it's right on the bottom. You can see there's a spot about that big on the bottom of the pumpkin where the RTV was, it's gone. And so it's just kind of leaking through there, and the driver has actually put fluid in there a couple times, and he gets, whenever he parks for a couple days or something, there gets to be a little puddle or so. So what I did is I actually took some JB Weld and I cleaned up the surface really good, and brake cleaner, and ground it all down on the good metal, and I just put a nice layer of JB Weld across there. I'm letting that cure right now, and when I end up getting the time, then I'll pull that off, and I'll have to just grind that JB Weld off of there. But it'll keep it so the truck can keep running. APU is good. It's having a problem with the AC compressor. It goes on. I've talked to Thermo King Bob, subscriber, and everything else. Checked the voltage to it and everything else. We've done a diagnostic with a computer hooked up to it and everything. It's a low pressure sensor that's kicking it off. And he said, you know, I don't think this thing worked all last year, so it probably hasn't worked last year. So he bought a Freon machine. I do not know how to operate that thing yet. At home I have a separate deal, and I have a manifold set and everything that I use. I've never used one of those machines. And he got that used from somebody around here or something like that. It needs to be set up and everything. I don't have the time right now to mess with that, to learn how to operate that. So I'm actually going to take the book with me when I leave here, and that'll be some reading material for a week or so, and I'll end up learning how to operate that machine. So what the boss has done is he's taken off. He's run to some auto parts place or something. He's just going to get one of those little cans, and we're going to shoot some Freon into this thing, and I think that's going to make it run. But it runs really great right now and everything else. Next is going to be this. I'm going to put this piece back on here. This has been missing for a long time, and nobody could figure out how to get it on there because the screws are behind. Well, we just got to take it off. So I got it off of there. I'm going to quick put that on there where the boss is gone. And then I'm going to hook up an in-cab right way system. And that's what I'm going to be doing now in a little bit here. Basically, it's pretty easy. You just basically tap into an airbag with some T-fittings and everything. You tap into an airbag, and you just run an air line all the way up, and you run it up to the front of the cab, plug it through the firewall. There's a spot there where you can plug it in, and on the other end you plug in the inside, and you run the hose up to the inside drill hole in the dash for the gauge to go to, and you just run the hose to it, and then you got to run a power wire to it too. This is the little gauge thing right here. Same thing as what I have in mine, except mine's broke. Just glass on it's broke. Still works. Just glass is broke. Alright, so I'm going to get back to work here. I'm going to do that next. I'm going to get that knocked out of the way. Well guys, I am done for the day. 797, it's on its way. The driver's been here, picked it up. Got a lot of things fixed and figured out. Some things not fixed. There's still things on the list. Get it all figured out later on. Next time he's in town, we'll tackle more on the list. That's the way trucking goes. Do what you can when you can. But so 797's on the road and ready to go. It's going on the road. 796 here still has some work to be done to it. We have lists for these things. I am tuckered. I hit a wall. I gotta go. Let's see. APU needs an oil change, replace belts, transmission oil, temp sensor, possibly unplugged. So check that under there. Install a right way scale into it. Put quarter fenders on it, mud flap hangers. Replace mud flaps. Looks like one is done. I don't know. They look fine to me. Look the other ones. It's got an air leak. I can hear it. I was walking past it. And that's my list for $7.96. I actually have to run up to Pennsylvania and deliver my load that I brought out here. I got a 3 a.m. delivery. And then I guess I'm bringing a load from up in Pennsylvania back down here. Probably tomorrow or something like that. And then he's saying that I'll probably be around here for a day or two or something. Who knows. I'm hoping he gives me a couple days just to work on this and still continue to do stuff in the shop here. We're getting the stuff figured out and everything. The air compressor's all fixed. Everything's good with that. The switch was boogered up. The switch was all messed up. Here, I'll drain some air. So I got the switch all taken care of. That's all rewired and everything. That's all taken care of. Everything's wired in. I got this nice little hose reel to put the hose for the truck tires. Put that on there so it's not laying on the ground. Got that mounted on that beam right there. All rugged up, ready to go. What else? Well, I had it in there nice. Just got a lot of things put away and everything. The boss, he sees that I like DeWalt, and so he went out and bought a DeWalt drill and impact driver for the shop here. And just getting some things all tackled and stuff. So I'm going to get back to truck driving. I'm going to go to Pennsylvania, get some sleep, get up in the morning, deliver this load, and then reload and come on back down here and jump back on this truck and start working again. So I hope that everyone out there is having themselves a great day, great night as they're watching this here video. And if you're not, well, get out in the shop and get greasy and dirty. Pretty dirty. I need to scrub up before I go. I'll catch you guys later.